I never saw unit testing or TDD as anything even vaguely related to observability until I started actually watching my app in production. Then I started to realize that both of them have a similar pattern. In testing, unit testing, we validate our assumptions about how our software works in a controlled environment by writing a bit of code that expresses how we think it's going to work, and either the test fails or it passes. In observability, people might think, I used to think, it's about logs, traces, metrics. What's that got to do with testing? Well, actually, observability is not really anything to do with the signals that you're using. It's more to do with having an assumption of how your software should behave and checking that assumption works in production instead of in a nice little tidy, neat sandbox, as unit testing would do, where you control the sandbox. You're saying, okay, I want that same behavior in production, in the big bad world where lots of things can go wrong, and having lots of people using it at the same time, you can get race conditions, background jobs, delays, network contention, all this kind of stuff. And so it really is the same idea as is unit testing. Unit testing is doing it in a little tight sandbox. Observability is checking your assumptions in the Wild West, in the big bad world. So unit testing and observability, for me, have always been two sides of the same coin. So the next time you want to understand what is going on with your app, sure, write a unit test, they're very important. But then once you've deployed your code, check what it's doing in production, and that will give you the true gold standard for whether your software is actually working. Is it actually working with real users in the right final environment in which you're running your actual application? And with that, I'll go. Bye.